Welcome to training video number 2, Shepherding the Sheep. In John 21:15-17, Jesus asked Peter 3 times, "Do you love me?" Peter's response was, "Yes, Lord, you know I love you." To which Jesus said, "Then tend my sheep, feed my sheep, shepherd my sheep." I want to emphasize to you that you are not simply a facilitator of a life group online. You are a shepherd of the people that God sends to you in your online class. This is a very unique opportunity to span time and distance to fulfill the calling that Jesus has on your life, to gather the sheep, to feed the sheep, and to keep the sheep. So first, let's talk about gathering the sheep. Many people will go to Life Group Finder to find out about groups. And so you will, as a leader, be listed as the contact person for your specific group. If you receive an email from a prospect, that's because they have clicked on your group and said they want to know more about you. So be sure to contact your prospects as soon as you possibly can. Let them know a little bit about the group. Describe it for them. Tell them a little bit about the actual content of the study. Give them the website that they would need to go to in case there are any other materials that they might want to pick up, like a book or a workbook. And then be sure and let them know what time and day. And remember that not everybody is in your time zone. So you may want to be sure and specify our time zone when you do that. So be sure and contact your prospect. Second to that would be to get on Facebook and use that Facebook page as a ministry tool. The first thing we'd want you to do is to create an event. And if you've never created an event before, we have a video that will help you do that using a step-by-step process. Once you've used that event, then you can also use posting on your wall and updating your status, and even using Twitter and Pinterest and any of those other types of media to be able to get the word out about your group so you can gather those sheep in. Once you've run all of that, then I suggest that the day of, or if you're an early morning group, perhaps the evening before, you want to be reminding people about your group. So go and use those same things, the event, the updating of your status, the wall, Pinterest, any of those things, to begin to remind them that your group is about to start. And then you want to do that again about an hour before the group starts, and again about 5 to 10 minutes before the group starts. So be sure and do that so that you can gather in the sheep. The next thing we want to talk about is feed the sheep. First thing is to be sure that you welcome people as they come on, because obviously they're not going to stay if they don't think that they're welcome in the site. So as they come on, greet them, and be sure and look for prospects that you have contacted prior to your class. And if they do show up, then be sure and give them a personal greeting. Give proper instructions about the site. Let them know about the live wall, that we're going to be using that for our chat after the the video is complete. We want to be sure and tell them about updating their status. We want to show them that there's a Bibles tab and a Notes tab, and it's always fun to take them, probably toward the end of the class, to the Maps tab so that they can see all the different places that people are logging on from. We want you to be sure and pray just before the video starts. There's usually a little lead into the video that gives you a real quick opportunity to just maybe a 2-sentence prayer, just to be sure that everybody's kind of collected there. Be transparent. After the video is over with and all the way through the video as comments are being made, you're not perfect and I'm not perfect, so don't play like we are. Let's be as transparent, be as real as we possibly can when we're in our chat. And then the last thing I would say is to be sure and ask open-ended questions. In fact, sometimes it's just better just to say simply, what are your comments about the teaching, or how has the teaching affected how you feel your Christian walk will be from this moment on? How's it going to affect your life? What's going to make a difference to you? Just really open-ended questions. Generally, that will get the discussion started and you'll have no problems with it after that. The last thing we'd ask is that you would ask for prayer requests right before you get ready to shut the group down, and then be sure that you end in a prayer. So that is feeding the sheep. The last thing we want to talk about is keep the sheep. In other words, bringing your group into community. The very first thing you want to do is be sure that you friend everybody who's on your roster in Facebook. So the best way to do that is when they start showing up on the right-hand side, you go directly to their name, which will take you to their Facebook page, which will then allow you to ask them to be your friend. That's a real easy, fast way to do it. Then after your group is over, take the list of everybody who's on that roster and create a private or a closed Facebook group. If you do not know how to do that, we have videos to show you how to create that group. It's a really simple process, and this is a great shepherding tool, because from there you will be able to post a short recap of your notes from the video. That way, if someone who normally logs onto your group misses, they can catch up really, really fast on what they missed that particular class. It keeps them in the loop. You can also use that to pray with one another online between classes. You can post on daily or every other day. Post something on there that's encouraging, maybe an appropriate link that has to do with your topic for the series that you're doing, or post questions that will kind of keep the discussion going throughout the week so that you engage people continuously throughout the week. Of course, you can always private message anyone if you feel like that you need to get in touch with them in a private way. For instance, if they've missed, you might want to let them know that you missed them in class and ask them if there's something in particular you could pray for them about. So all of those things kind of bring that community into place, and it takes a little bit of time, but before long you'll see that this community begins building rather efficiently. So that's keeping the sheep. For any specific details about how to gather, feed, or to keep the sheep, be sure to watch the training videos number 3, 4, and 5. Do not hesitate to contact us with any questions using our own Facebook group that's for Life Group Online Leaders. I'm Martha Fisher, and I sure want to thank you for serving us in Life Groups Online.